My name is Second Captain Cathara of the Melfaran. I am to be a prisoner of war. My capture is tumbling towards Earth, and upon landing in 4 days, I am likely to be imprisoned or executed. This log is being beamed out to the Empire, and truly, I hope it is useful to you. You, who are reading this now. Do not come here expecting savages. Our small exploratory conquest fleet arrived 2 long cycles ago. As per standard operational procedures, we find a major mountain or landmark, vaporize it, and then inform them that they have 5 of their years to gather all valuable resources for tribute. Usually this results in some form of military response that, inevitably, fails against our shields. The humans followed this script as expected, save for one concerning issue, a digital attack on our systems. Humanity, in the span of a week, has somehow found a way into our networks. It was insignificant in the end. Our AI squashed their attempt, but this led to us vaporizing their largest mountain, Everest they called it. A point was made and the human collective conceded. Our fleet left, giving them humans a chance to prepare their war fleets. Of course, we knew they wouldn't give tribute. They would use that time to prepare for one last stand. As you know, giving another race a chance to fight back is an important part of breaking the will of a species. Our vessels sat in orbit of their moon, cloaked, and watching the humans. A typical reaction of a species now suddenly focused on the spaceborne threat is to mine their moon and large asteroids. Rapidly, a rudimentary human war fleet was prepared and put in defensive orbit of the Earth. Regular cargo ships were streaming from the moon to the shipyards of Earth. In 3 of the 5 years they had become a Class 10 threat. The first level of threat we might even begin considering dangerous for one Melfaran vessel, and we had 30. It was the day before Invasion Day. When we were to return, when everything went so horribly wrong. One of the freighters, hauling as our scanners picked up the usual load of heavy metal ores, diverged from his orbit. The engines were failing and it seemed like it might be a near miss. Their orbit would take them right through our fleet, but hit no vessel. It was the usual cargo, the usual ship type, a crew of 2. The cargo vessel slipped right between 2 of our vessels, and then everything went wrong. A sudden and point-blank explosion. Had their reactor gone critical? No. The idiots had set off nuclear devices. They knew we were here. This was pointless, I thought. They knew fission and fusion weapons didn't work, and yet, my bridge was red with alerts and errors. I looked out the viewport. Our sister ship had a gaping hole where the bridge had been. Several more holes all along her body, and we were in a similar condition. The shields had failed. Our sensors picked up a human warfleet moving in, 40 kilometers away. They had come from the lunar surface, brought there by cargo ships, and assembled beneath mining equipment, I would surmise. The other fleet, around the Earth, was now on its way full burn. We had been fooled. The fleet nearby launched guided projectiles. Our point defense systems, lasers, went active and began destroying the projectiles one by one. The charges on their weapons detonated. Long beams of radiation streaked out of a few, scraping at our shields like regular energy weapons. Humans had somehow found a way to use their old nuclear arsenals in a more effective way. Our systems scanned the incoming projectiles. Tungsten rods aimed shaped nuclear charges at us. The energy was, at close range, enough to overwhelm our shielding and armor. Worse yet, we were facing 4 years' worth of these missiles. Kinetic rounds were following them into our armor, steadily destroying our already increasingly wounded vessels. I watched the battle from a distance, our fleet being torn apart by wave after wave of those nuclear weapons. With my escape capsule slowly drifting towards Earth, I listened in on their communications. Battle communications were chaotic, yet I could hear laughter. Insane laughter. They were enjoying their, as they call them, Casaba torpedoes. Among the last human transmissions that I could clearly receive, this commander's orders aptly described their military strategy. If one nuke doesn't work, We just didn't use enough of them. Launch another,